So, yep, we are going to start with the class. Tiare, I don't know, something is going on with Kim. But anyway, the other day I used a video. Do you remember that video about the Indian River? I used it in my class, and then my class was blocked by YouTube, saying that I hadn't respected the rights of author. So they blocked my video. So I will have to be very careful when using any video now. But well, anyway, now we're going to start with the class. So last class we were working with the vocabulary about economy. All right. So we started something about that, and I'm going to show it again. Okay. We started it with that part. So let's see it again. We're going to read, and there is Kimberly. Hello, Kimberly. Yep. Okay. So we're going to start with the facts about economy. Okay, I have to find it here. Oh, I can't find it now. Let's China facts, Cambridge. Economy exercise. These are the exercises, but let's check. Yeah. But I had I will have to open it. Wait for a little while. I'm going to open it. Vocabulary in use, pre-intermediate. Kimberly's gone again, it seems. It's 26. Wait, okay, this is it. Yeah, we're going to work with the vocabulary of banks and things about businesses too, all right? Let's start. Can you see it in there, Tiare?
Yes.
Okay, so I want you to read it, okay? So we are going to start learning some vocabulary related to this, okay? Read it again, please. Banks and business.
Companies often borrow money from banks to finance.
Finance.
Pay for.
To finance.
Investment. Finance.
Yeah.
Pay for. Investments. Think they need to buy to help the company in the future. Machines.
Example. That means it's an example.
Okay.
Example.
Machines.
Okay.
This money.
Wait, Tiare. So we're going to be analyzing this, okay? The other time, or the other class, we discussed a little bit about borrow and lend, which are similar in Spanish, but in English, I mean, they have a different word. In Spanish, we use prestar y pedir prestado, right? Which are very similar. Yes. But in English, there are two different words. Pedir prestado is borrow. And usually you borrow from a friend, borrow from a bank, borrow from the library. So you borrow a book from the library, you borrow money from the bank, you borrow something from a friend, okay? And you lend. You lend money, you lend, okay? So lend es prestar. Y borrow es pedir prestado, all right? This is the first thing that you have to have it very clear on your mind. For example, if I ask you, or tell me in English this sentence, for example, le pedí prestado un libro de la biblioteca. How would you say that?
I lend.
No.
Porque borrow es plata nomás, ¿no?
No. Borrow,
I borrow.
pedir prestado. Lo que sea, pero pedir prestado. ¿Ya? Y lend es prestar.
Ok.
¿Ya? Entonces, si tú pediste prestado, el verbo es borrow. ¿Ok? Try to say it.
I borrow a book from the library.
Remember, it's past tense. It's past tense, so this is a regular verb. So, I
borrowed.
Yes.
A book from the library.
Library, that's right. Yeah. I borrowed a book from the library. Le pedí prestado 10,000 pesos a la Kimberly. How would you say that?
I borrowed 10,000 pesos from Kimberly.
Yeah, I borrowed 10,000 pesos from Kimberly, right? Okay. And okay, so you borrow money from banks first to finance. When you need money, you usually need it to finance something, meaning to pay for something, to pay for investments. Okay, investments are, you know, things that you need and you buy for them. So you invest money. That would be invertir. I'm going to say these things in Spanish because it's kind of a complicated thing to understand, even for us in Spanish. Okay, so you have borrow, finance, invest. To invest is invertir, and investments are the money you use in order to buy things. Okay, for example, machines. Okay, continue reading, please, Kimberly. This money
is called a loan, and companies have to pay interest on it. For example, if you borrow 1,000 for a year and the interest rate is 10%, then you have to pay back 1,000 plus 100 in interest.
All right, so in here you have loan, you have interest, or pay interest, pay back, and interest. Okay, so Tiare, what do you understand by a loan? Tiare, what do you understand by a loan?
I don't know.
Yeah, when you need money, you ask for a loan to the bank. So,
un préstamo.
All right, so the money lends you money, the bank lends you money, and that is a loan. All right. Sometimes the university can lend you money or lend you something, and you have a loan with the university or from the university. Okay, so that is a loan, and you pay it, and you pay it, and when you pay it, you pay the money with interest. All right. Okay, and what would be, Kimberly, interest rate?
El interés.
Yeah, but the rate of, yeah, for example, you can say the rate of interest is 10%. The rate of interest is 20%. The rate of interest is 3%. How do you call that in Spanish? These are difficult terms, even for us in Spanish. Okay, it's economy. The rate is the percentage, the extra money that you pay. Yeah. Usually the banks say, for example, I can lend you, I don't know, 1 million pesos with an interest of, I don't know, 3%. But the rate of interest today is 2%. So the rate of interest es la tasa de interés. ¿Saben lo que es la tasa de algo usted o no? Ahora los micrófonos más, chiquillas. Ahora los micrófonos. Hablemos ahora para que entiendan esos términos.
No, sí, o sea, lo he escuchado, pero no así como saber perfectamente qué es.
¿Tú, Tiare, sabes lo que es la tasa?
No.
Ya, abran nomás los micrófonos porque quiero que conversemos. Kimberly, abre tu micrófono también y Tiare también. Cuando uno pide plata en el banco, tú lo pides de acuerdo a la tasa de interés y la tasa de interés cambia diariamente. Todos los días cambia. ¿Ya? Entonces a veces uno pilla la tasa de interés, por ejemplo, la tasa de interés está más alta, entonces no conviene pedir ahí, hay que esperar una tasa de interés más baja, ¿ya? Porque así, al ¿cuánto se llama? Al ver esa tasa de interés, tú dices ya, la tasa de interés ahora es un 1%. Pero en el banco tanto la tasa de interés es 0,3%, 0,8%. ¿Sí? Entonces la tasa de interés es la variación que existe. Entonces uno tiene que fijarse cuando quiere pedir un préstamo en la tasa de interés. That is the interest rate. Okay? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Okay. So when you borrow money from the bank, you borrow at an interest rate of something, okay? And then you have to pay back the money with the interest. All right? Now, we're going to learn here profit and loss. Do you understand those words by separately? Profit and loss?
Yeah.
Yeah. Loss is when you lose money or when you lose something, okay? Usually in economy, when you lose money, that is a loss. If you have a factory, if you have an industry, let's say at the end of the year, you lost a lot of money, so you have a loss of something, okay? That is the noun. And profit is what you earn. Yeah. What would be in Spanish the word for those terms? Do you understand that? Do you know the words?
No.
No. Tiare, do you?
No.
Ya, aquí les voy a tener que explicar cosas que son de economía. A lo mejor yo no soy un economo para nada, pero por lo menos un poquito conozco. Pero los profits son las ganancias y loss es la pérdida. ¿Ya? Profit, the profit of an investment, recuerden investment e inversión. ¿Ya? For example, I invested, I don't know, 1 million pesos in this business. I invested that. And I get a profit of, I don't know, 500,000. Or I got a loss of 500,000. So profit is what I earn more, and loss is what I lose with this business. All right. So ganancia y pérdida. Eso es profit and loss. Okay. Yeah. So read, please, Tiare. The main aim or objective.
The main aim
Or
objective of a company, most important thing for a company to do is to make a profit.
Okay, see, the objective of a company, the objective of an industry, the objective of a business is to make a profit. That is my objective. That is my aim, to make a profit. I want to earn more money with my investment. Okay? Okay, continue.
Receive more money than it spends. Up
means
make
opposite.
A loss. Opposite, make a loss.
Okay,
if a company does...
Sorry, to explain. When you make an investment, you can make a profit or you can make a loss. Obviously, what you want, what your objective is to make a profit, not to make a loss. All right? Okay, continue. Tiare.
If a company does not make a profit or loss, it breaks even. For example, most new companies are happy if they break even in the first year of business.
All right. So you have 3 terms in here: to make a profit, to make a loss, or break even. Okay? Make a profit means that you earn more money with your investment. Make a loss, you lose money with your investment. And break even is that you didn't earn, but you didn't lose. You break even. Did you get it?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So for that reason, a company in their first year if they break even, it's okay. It's not bad, okay? Because usually when you invest money, you are projecting your profits for the future, not immediately, right? So that is the idea of a company. Okay, now Kimberly, go on reading. Companies.
Companies receive money from selling their products. This money is called the turnover. And
Okay.
they spend money
Okay,
called
so
the
wait here.
expenditure.
Okay, wait there. Turnover. Companies receive money from selling their products. This money is called the turnover. Ya, the turnover son las ventas. ¿Ya? Y las ganancias. La ganancia por las ventas. And that is called the turnover. Okay? Yeah, continue. Kimberly.
And they spend money called the expenditure
Yeah,
on these
so you have
things,
the
raw
turnover
material.
is when you earn money, and the expenditure is when you spend money.
Mhm.
Yeah, continue.
On these things, raw materials. Materials in their natural state. For example, coal and oil are important raw materials used to make plastics. And overheads, things a company must always spend money on. For example, rent, electricity, etc. For example, for many companies, labor costs, money paid to workers, are very expensive.
All right. And here we have some vocabulary which is important, okay? Raw materials are the materials that you need in order to work, yeah? For example, a carpenter, what does a carpenter need to work? Wood, okay? So wood, he buys the wood like raw, without any preparation, anything, it's raw. Do you understand the idea of raw materials? Raw materials are materials that have not been worked. Yeah. For example, wood is the piece of wood, nothing in there. It hasn't been worked. All right. Coal is only the thing in there. You haven't worked with that.
What is coal?
Coal is the black mineral that you use to burn things. For example, when you prepare a barbecue in your house, you need coal.
Like charcoal?
Right? Charcoal, yes. But coal is the raw material. It's what you take from the mine. That is raw. Raw significa crudo, vale decir el material, material, no más nada, no ha sido trabajado nunca. Es como cuando te dice raw, por ejemplo, no sé, raw meat. ¿Qué es lo que significa raw meat?
Carne cruda.
Carne cruda, ¿ya? Los raw materials son materiales crudos, en crudo, no han sido trabajados, ¿ya? So, an industry or a factory needs raw materials, yeah, which are materials in their natural state, yeah, and overheads. Overheads are the things that you have to pay always. For example, if you have an industry, whatever, you are going to need a place where you have an office, and in that office you need to pay rent, you need to pay for the light, you need to pay for the water, etc. Okay, so these are the basic things that you have to pay. Sorry. So these are called overheads. How would you say that in Spanish?
Gastos generales.
Gastos generales. Normalmente los raw materials serían los gastos operacionales, las cosas que tienen que ver con el material que tú utilizas para tu compañía. Y los overheads son los gastos generales, ¿ya? La renta, la electricidad, el agua, el gas, etc. ¿Ya? El local, ¿ya? And the labor costs are the expenditures that you have in order to pay, is the money that you pay to your workers. Yeah. Okay. So whenever you create a business, you have to have all this on your mind. Yeah. You have some things, some costs, which are general, and some costs which you have to have all the time, all right? Okay, then you have rise and fall. Oops, I moved in here, no. Wait, me equivoqué aquí. I have to go back. Here it is, no. Yeah. This is kind of difficult. As you can see, it's very technical things. Yeah, rise and fall. These verbs describe trends. What are trends in Spanish? The tendency, okay? So these verbs describe the tendency or the movements in sales, in prices, in profits, and in losses, right? For example, one thing can rise, go up, or increase. Or in the opposite, the things can fall, can go down, or can drop. Those are the verbs that you use in order to talk about, for example, stocks. Do you know what stocks are?
No.
No.
The stocks are, it's difficult to explain. When you have the stock market, they are sold in the market. For example, I don't know, Lipigas or Falabella, they have stocks. So you buy those stocks and they go up or down. And when they rise, when they go up, you earn money. If they go down, yeah, you lose that money. Okay?
Sería como las acciones en español.
Right. And the word is stock. S-T-O-C-K, stock. Yeah. So you have the stocks and the stock market. So these stocks are sold in the stock market, and sometimes they go up or they go down. Yeah. So when they go up, you can use these verbs. This, for example, the stocks in I don't know, Falabella rose 10%. They increase or they go up. Or in the opposite, they fall, they go down, or they drop. Yeah. Also, you can have as example, rise slowly in here. Also gradually, rise gradually, go up steadily, or rise sharply. Or fall slowly, fall steadily. Steadily means that it's kind of consistent. They fall steadily. They are falling and falling and falling, right? And a drop sharply is when they go violently, yeah? A very high percentage. The fall is very high. That means sharply, yeah? So steadily is permanently. Slowly, slowly. Steadily, permanently. Sharply, very violently, okay? Sometimes, for example, nowadays, because of the coronavirus, we have lots of, so the stock market is falling permanently or sharply, right? Because we have lots of problems in economy. Yep. Now, in here you have some different uses of preposition with these verbs. By, size of change, from, previous level, to a new level. Okay? For example, pre-tax profits rose by, mean 11%. To, that is for the future, 120 million. Prices dropped from 594 to 386. Yep. And here also you have some other things. Rise, increase, and fall are also used as nouns. For example, a rise of 10%. So these are verbs, but also can be nouns. Rise es subir, increase, subir o aumentar, and fall, caer. But you can also talk about un alza o una caída. Yeah. For example, in here, it is used as a noun. A rise of 10% often introduces the amount. A fall of 3.5 million. An increase in sales. In introduces the thing that is changing. A fall in profits. Yeah. These are the verbs that you can use also. And finally, business and economy. Let's read this a little bit, Tiare.
Most companies want to grow, expand,
Yeah.
get bigger, and be
Yeah,
successful.
wait. Those are similar. Grow, expand, meaning get bigger. So companies want to grow. They want to expand. Okay. They want to get bigger. Okay, continue.
And be successful. Do well and make a lot of profit. Low inflation.
Inflation.
Low
That's
inflation.
inflation.
So prices
Prices.
don't go up.
Yeah, do not
Low
go up.
interest rates
Yes.
to borrow money, economic and political stability. No quick change in the economic
Changes.
or political situation.
Yeah.
A healthy or strong economy. An economy in good condition. Opposite an economy in recession.
Recession.
Tax cuts. Tax reductions or lower taxes.
Reductions.
Reductions or lower taxes. So they can keep more of their profit.
Of their profit. Okay, so in here you have lots of economic terms. Yeah, a company wants to grow, wants to expand, wants to get bigger, or be successful. That means that they do well, that they are doing well, and they are making a lot of profits. Right? When you talk about low inflation, that means that prices don't go up, do not go up. Yeah. Low interest rates to borrow money. Nowadays, for example, the interests are not so high, so it's convenient for you to ask for a loan in the bank. Yeah. It's good time to ask for money, to ask for a loan, because the interest rates are not so high. They're kind of low. Yeah. Economic and political stability. Now we are all the contrary of that. We don't have economic stability. We have political stability because we have a government, right? We have a president, etc. You can like it or not, but there is certain political stability. But we don't have economic stability because the prices go up and down all the time. All right. So there are certain changes in the economic and political situation. Now you can talk about a healthy or strong economy, an economy in good condition. Yeah. Nowadays, what can we say about our economy, girls? Do you think that is healthy? Strong? What do you think?
Can you repeat the question?
Huh?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah. What do you think about our economy in Chile nowadays? Is it strong? Is it healthy? Do we have a healthy economy at this moment?
I think we don't because of the crisis that happened in October, and also because of the virus. Things are just the prices are very high, and yeah.
Yeah, good answer, Kimberly. Right, you're right. Our economy nowadays is not healthy and it's not strong because we have had many problems, many crises. We have had two crises: the social crisis that started in October and hasn't finished yet, And also nowadays, the health crisis that in which we are having lots of problems. There is a lot of unemployment. People don't have a job. People have lost their jobs, so we don't have money. I mean, the majority of people don't have money. So it's a very unhealthy economy at this moment, all right? So that is the way you measure the economy. Okay, the rest is going to be for homework. This part, for example, you will have to work with this. What single word or phrase is being defined in each of these sentences? For example, money you borrow from a bank for your business. How can you, with one word, say that? Tiare? What is the money that you borrow from a bank?
The money,
Yep.
a loan,
Huh? Yes,
loan,
a loan. Yes, that's
a
the
loan.
money you borrow from a bank for your business. Okay. Now, Kimberly, what you must pay the bank if you borrow money?
Interest.
Interest. That's right. Etc. Okay, so you have to answer these questions by using the vocabulary that we studied. I know, so you have to read this again. Sorry, I went too far. Okay, you have to read again this and wait. Yeah, you have to read this again and try to use it in the exercises. I know that it is difficult because you are using a lot of vocabulary that probably you don't understand well. Okay, now I have tried to teach you a little things in Spanish about economy, although I am not a very good in that part, but I know a little bit more. Yeah, but you have to know or understand some vocabulary because it talk about general things. Okay. Okay. So this is the first thing that we do today. So this is going to be your homework. Today, at the end of the class, I'm going to try to upload this for you to do it at home. When you read it, you reread it, and when you try to do the exercise, you are going to start using the vocabulary in a good way. Okay? Probably I'm going to send you some translations in order to use this vocabulary. Okay? For example, money that a company spends on rent, electricity, paper, etc. So you have to write in there what it is. Okay? Yeah. So we're going to now continue with the book, but we're going to read about China. So I would like you to talk a little bit about China. Do you know anything about China, girls? Okay, what do you know about China? Do you know anything? Tiare, Kimberly, what do you know? One thing that you know about China.
I know that they have a lot of different languages. It's not just like Chinese. We usually think that they have only one language, like here, but they don't. They have a lot of different varieties of one language, and it's a very big country.
Yeah. Okay, Tiare, do you know anything else apart from what Kimberly said?
They work a lot of hours and they eat a lot of insects.
They eat animals in general, like bats. You know, we knew that they were the people who initiated this pandemic, right? So I'm going to show you some little things about China, China facts. Okay, I'm going to upload this later, but in order for you to see country facts, China. First of all, that is the flag, the China flag. Okay. In here, I have some things. So, Kimberly, read up to here, the summit of Mount Everest. Start from here.
Okay. China is officially known as the People's Republic of China. China has the largest population in the world with over 1.3 billion people. As of July 2012, China is the third largest country by area at
No, it's too difficult to read. But it's 9,706,961 square. That means square kilometers. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, continue.
China belongs to the continent of Asia. Bordering countries include Afghanistan, Bhutan, Burma, India, Kazakhstan, North Korea, and I don't know how to say that. Laos,
Right to say it because
Mongolia,
Kyrgyzstan.
Nepal, Pakistan, Russia, Tajikistan, and Vietnam. The
Okay.
summit of
Wait.
uh,
Here you have like Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, no, Tajikistan. All those
mhm.
countries belonged to Russia in the past, and then they were all separated. Okay, so for that reason, there are so many countries that we don't know. In the past, it was only one big country, which was Russia, and it was called USSR, United Socialist Republic, or something like that. Okay, so that's why there are so many new countries nowadays. Continue.
The summit of Mount Everest
Mount,
marks the border.
Mount. That's Mount.
Mount Everest marks the border between China and Nepal.
All
There are
right.
many different
Okay.
languages spoken
Okay.
in China.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So the summit. Do you know what is the summit? The
Was
highest
like
part.
the top of
Yeah,
the mountain.
the top of the mountain. So the top of the mountain is the border between China and Nepal. Okay. Let's see, Tiare, go on reading. In here, there are many.
There are many different languages spoken in China, including Mandarin, Yu, Gu, Minbei, Minam, Xiang, Gan, and Hakka. The capital city is Beijing, while the most populated city is
Shanghai,
Shanghai.
right?
Other
Major.
major cities include Chongqing, Shenzhen, and Guangzhou.
Yeah.
47% of population
Of the
live in
look
urban
at me.
areas.
Wait. Tiare. You say population.
Population.
Yeah.
China
Experiences,
experiences typhoon every year and also suffers from flood,
floods.
tsunamis, earthquake, and drought.
Yeah, you can see that China has everything, okay? Typhoons, tsunamis, floods, earthquake, and droughts. What is a drought, Kimberly?
A period without rain.
Yeah, a long periods without rain. We are in a drought nowadays in Chile, a long drought, okay? Probably the worst of all times. Okay, I'm going to read the rest so as to go a little bit farther. It says, China has the fourth longest river in the world, the Yangtze River, which reaches such and such miles in length. It also has the sixth longest, the Yellow River, stretching whatever. China is the second largest economy in the world after the United States. This is important. They are the second largest. I would say that nowadays China is the best economy in the world, more than the United States. In 2003, China became the third country to successfully send a person to space. And finally, the Great Wall of China is the largest man-made structure in the world, stretching an incredible 8,850 kilometers. So the Great Wall of China is the longest and largest structure in the world. Okay. Also, there are some other important facts about China. For example, for a long time they couldn't have more than one child. It was a law in China. Did you know that? Did you know that? That they can't
No,
have. Do you know, Tiare?
no, I don't.
Yeah, it was in the past. In the past, they couldn't have more than one child. Now they have relaxed that a little bit and they can have only 2 children. Okay? So by law in China, you cannot have 3 or 4 children like in here. It is prohibited. Okay? So what happens if you want to have more than 2? If you want to have more than 2, then you have to pay a bill. Bill is una multa. You have to pay a bill, which sometimes is 20% of your salary if you want to have more than 2 children. Okay, so it's very serious. Okay, so no, it's not like in here. There in Chile or in other parts in the Occidental world, you can have I don't know 6, 7, 8, whatever children you want. But in China, you can have only 2. If you exceed that, you have more than 2, then you are going to have like a bill. You will have to pay a bill for the rest of your life, I think. So it's pretty strict. Okay. Okay. So those are the things that are important about China. China is also a communist country. The Communist Party is the one that rules China. Have you seen the images of Chinese people? They all wear the same clothes. They don't have like a.
We can't see the image. We only see
Sorry?
your desktop.
Sorry?
We can't see the image you're talking about.
No, I'm just talking. I haven't shown you. But I mean, I'm talking that if you have seen the images of Chinese people, they have like they have all the same clothes. Yeah. Next class, I'm going to show you some images, but they are all the same. They look like the same. Now they are a little bit more relaxed, but in the past, they used to have that kind of clothes. Another thing is that they are very well disciplined. Okay, for example, in schools or in factories, they do exercises every day. So they are so different from us. Yeah, very different from us. Okay, we're going to see a reading now that is connected to the way a city or a town is started in China. Yeah. Let's see. Here we are. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. First of all, we were talking about economy, and we have the words economic boom and economic crisis. What happens in an economic boom? There is more work. Any other thing? And yes, some people can buy more luxury goods. Any other thing that happens when there is an economic boom?
I'm guessing that they have, like you said, more jobs, so they probably built a lot of different buildings and bridges, and there's a more advanced technological way.
Yeah, right. So there is more of everything. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that is because we have more money. So when there is an economic boom, you have more money. So people have more money and people can buy. So new things are created. There is more employment. Everything is fine. And what happens in an economic crisis? What happens in an economic crisis?
People lose their jobs and the prices of different like basic items, and they increase, such as like rice or just basic food that we eat.
Yeah, that is what that is happening nowadays in our country.
Mm-hmm.
There is an economic crisis. Okay, so the money worth less. Okay, then there is more unemployment. There are no jobs. Okay, so construction and everything is stopped. Nowadays, they are not building anything because all the money goes for the crisis, for the health at this moment. So this is what happens in an economic crisis. Now, in the article that we're going to start reading in the next page, we are going to see how this happens in China, how they start like building new things. Okay. We have 5 minutes to read. So let's start by Kimberly. Start reading the first part, please. From
Okay.
the yellow part, and then continue. Yeah.
China's expectations are rising, with no end in sight. What's next? By
Okay,
Peter
wait, just a little bit. What do you understand by expectations?
I'm guessing they have high hopes for what's coming.
Yeah, right. Their objectives are higher, are better, right? Okay, so China's expectations are rising. They are going up. Okay. By the way, look at the way they are dressed. See?
Oh yeah.
So everybody dresses the same, and they don't have like fashion or things like that. Okay. Yeah. So start reading, please, Tiara. Sorry, Kimberly.
The beginning of a Chinese factory town is always the same. In the beginning, nearly everybody is a construction worker. The growing economy means that everything moves fast and new industrial districts rise in several stages.
Okay, wait in there. Okay.
Mhm.
Let's analyze a little bit. See? So at the beginning, a factory town is always the same. Everybody is a construction worker at the beginning. The growing economy means that everything moves fast and new industrial districts rise in several stages. All right. Continue reading. I'm going to move. Yeah.
Those early laborers are
laborers
are men who have migrated from a rural migrated from rural village. Immediately they are joined by small entrepreneurs. These pioneers sell meat, fruit, and vegetables from stalls and later. When the first real stores appear, they stock construction materials.
Okay, wait. Okay, so we're studying here how a new town starts. Yeah, how a new town starts. So, for example, at the beginning, okay, you have a first. It's a factory town, so you have construction workers. Then things starts moving, and people coming from other places, they migrate, all right, from rural areas. They go to this town to work, yeah, and then they are joined by small entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs, what is the meaning of entrepreneurs in Spanish? Do you know? An entrepreneur
No.
is a person that creates a new business, right? And they have businesses, they have like factories, they have industries, they have, yeah. For example, Pullman in Chile is an entrepreneur. Piñera is an entrepreneur. What is it then in Spanish? They are the ones who have the money, and they are the ones who create factories and create industries and have all the capital. They direct companies. Empresarios. That's entrepreneurs. So the people that come from other places to the town, they start working in there. So the entrepreneurs take them. Okay. Yeah. So they take and they start these pioneers, that mean these people start selling meat, fruit, and vegetables from stalls. You know what a stall is? A small store, a small shop. Those are stalls. So when you have nothing, so immediately they start like creating these shops and start selling basic things. Okay? But then when the first real stores appear, real big ones, they stock construction materials. Yeah. What continues? What is next? Tiare, continue reading. After that, Tiare, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah,
After
okay.
that, cell phone companies arrive, selling prepaid phone
Prepaid,
cards,
prepaid,
prepaid phone cards to migrants.
migrants.
One popular product is called the homesick card. When the factories start production,
Wait,
you start to see women,
women.
women, young women have a reputation for being hardworking.
Okay,
After that,
wait. Let's analyze this. So we have people that come migrate to the city. Remember this word is very important. Migrate, migration, right? Migrate, migration. So people migrate to these towns. Okay, it's a factory town, so they are workers at the beginning. But when they come with their families, so they need products. What products? Basic products. So some people create stalls, that is to say, small shops, and they start selling basic products. Okay. Then when you have these people, yeah, already having these products, they create big stores with construction materials. They sell that. After that, cell phone companies. Okay, they need to have cell phones. So cell phone companies arrive. They sell prepaid phone cards to migrants. Okay, usually they are coming from another place, so they need to call their families. So they sell what is called homesick card. You know what homesick is, right? Es nostálgico cuando uno echa de menos. Homesick. Enfermo de la casa. Cuando está enfermo de la casa. When you are in another town and you are missing your family a lot, you are homesick. So they created these homesick cards for them to call, right? And then when the factories start production, women come. Young women have a reputation, which is reputation for being hardworking. They usually say that women are more hardworking than men. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that? Kimberly, do you think that women are more hardworking than men?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And what about you, Diare? Do you agree with that?
Yes, obviously.
Are you hardworking or not?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I would say that yes, women are usually more responsible than men. I would use the word, I don't know if hardworking. Well, yeah, they are more responsible, and when as they are more responsible, they are more hardworking. Okay. Okay. What happens after the arrival of women? What happens? The clothing stores appear. Obviously, yeah. Women, clothing stores. Go on reading, please, Kimberly. An American?
An American poet once described an industrial town in the USA as springing up like the enchanted palace of the Arabian Tales, as it were in a single night.
Okay, this is kind of poetical thing, but spring up is like appear, bloom. That's the idea. So it says, yeah, an American poet once described an industrial town in the US as springing up, as coming, appearing, yeah, blooming, yeah, like the enchanted palaces of the Arabian tales. Okay, continue reading, please. Today, Kimberly.
Today, it's the factory towns of China that seem to belong to another world. The human energy is amazing. The courageous entrepreneurs, the quick-moving builders, the young migrants. The combination of past problems and present-day opportunities has created an extremely motivated population. Most people in China have seen their standard of living go up in recent years.
All right, okay. Here you have a lot of vocabulary that you have to study. If you don't understand, ask me, please, okay? If you have any doubts, you can ask me, okay? Tiare, go on reading. The size of the population,
The size of the population is
remember, population, not population, population.
both a
Both,
strength,
both,
both a
ah,
strength and a challenge to China. Of its 1.3 billion people, I no sé,
72.
72% are between the age of 16 and 64.
Okay,
The movement,
interesting. This is interesting. Stop. The size of population is both a strength and a challenge to China. Of its 1.3 billion people, look at that. 1.3 billion people, 72% are between the ages of 16 and 64. So in general, the population in China is very young. On the contrary, with us, in Chile, our population is mainly old people. And why do you think that that is happening in Chile? Why do you think that that's happening in Chile? Why our population is old and not young? Do you have any reason, Kimberly? What do you think that our population is getting older instead of getting younger?
Mm, I don't really have anything to say. Sorry.
Tiare, do you have any reason why our population is getting older instead of getting younger?
no,
No. Well, for example, how many kids do you want to have? Do you want to get married? Do you want to have kids? Kimberly, how many? 3, 4, 5, 7, 8? How many?
Probably like 2 or 1.
2 or 1. And you, Tiare?
mm,
Are you planning to get
no,
married one day or not?
yes,
Yes? Do you want to get married, really? Okay. And do you want to have kids?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet. Well, that is one reason why our population is getting older. Because nowadays, young people first don't want to get married. But that is, I mean, you can have kids, and if you are not married, it's okay. But in general, they don't want to get married. And secondly, they don't know if they want to have children. Many people are not having children. So we are getting older and older and older, and we don't have enough children. That is why our population is getting older. But in China, as they have restrictions, most families have one or at least two children because they want to have them because they are prohibited in China. Okay, so the population there is young because they are renewing the population. Okay. Okay. So continue reading, Tiare. The movement of people. And
The
here,
movement of people from the countryside to the cities has transformed China into the world's factory floor. In 1978, there were only 172 million urban residents. Now
there are.
There
are.
now there are
Yeah,
577 million. Social scientists predict that the urban population will be 60% of the total population by 2030.
30. Yeah, finish. Each year,
Each year, about 10 million rural Chinese move to the cities. So the factory have a constant labor supply.
labor
Labor
supply.
supply.
Right, labor supply. See, yeah, so they are moving. People from the rural areas are moving to the countryside. I mean, to the town. Sorry. And then, so in the future, the urban population will be much more than the rural population. Yeah. So by 2030, the urban population will be 60% of the total population in China. Okay, so that is kind of interesting. In Chile, what do we have in Chile? We have a concentration of population. Where is the population concentrated in Chile? Kimberly?
In Santiago,
In Santiago. How many millions of people are there in Santiago?
I think 8 million, not sure.
Yeah, around 5 or 6 millions, I would say. 6 million people in Santiago. So all the concentration is in Santiago. So in rural areas, or I don't know, in other regions, we have few people, but the population is concentrated in the central part of the country. Santiago, Valparaíso, Viña, Coquimbo, La Serena, Concepción, Talcahuano, all those areas are are crowded with people, but especially Santiago. So there is a concentration of anything in Santiago. More jobs, more jobs, more money, more everything, but also more crime. Yeah, so that is kind of a problematic thing in Santiago. Okay, well, Gary is not there. So continue reading, please, Kimberly. Chinese?
Chinese schools have been very successful. The literacy rate is over 90%.
What is
The next,
literacy?
the number of people who can read
Yeah,
and write.
right. Yeah.
The next step is to develop higher education. Many people are looking for better training. In a Chinese factory town, there are many private classes, English, typing, technical. In Seyang, I met Luo Shouyun, who had spent a quarter of his wage on training. Now,
Wages. Of his wages? Do you know what wages are?
I'm guessing his salary.
Yeah. The money that he or she or anybody receives. Yeah.
Now he's a master machinist with a salary that makes him middle class. Another young man had learned Arabic in order to translate for Middle Eastern buyers.
Clearly,
there are environmental costs from China's rapid growth. Collaboration between China and other countries will be crucial in managing environmental problems. Nobody in the developed world should criticize China without taking a look in the mirror. The nation has become successful by making products for overseas consumers. There's nothing foreign about the materialistic dreams of the average Chinese worker.
yeah. Okay. So in general, in here, we have learned, Kimberly, that how a town is created. Okay, what is first, what is next, and then this is kind of what Chinese people do. Yeah. So in here, we're learning that Chinese are big country. They have certain restrictions, but they are growing. and they have high expectations with their future. Okay, so it's interesting. But why do you think the Chinese people are so successful, Kimberly? Do you have any idea, or do you?
Because they are committed to their jobs. They work really long hours, and they have jobs for every type of person. Let's say to manufacture something, or they also have for like growing plants in the rural places. So they have different types of jobs throughout the country. And I think this makes it very successful because everybody's determined to work and, become in middle class, like the paragraph in the end said.
Mhm. Yeah, uh, yeah, excellent in your analysis, but you have to also think about the political analysis. I think that we have a total different political system in Chile or in the Western world. Yeah, they are more disciplined because they have a regime which is very strict. They don't have freedom like we have. I mean, they have freedom for certain things, but not for everything. Do you know that, for example, in China, they can see whatever they want on TV? Have you heard about that, Kimberly?
No, not in China, but I've heard that about North Korea.
Yeah, in certain parts of, well, in general in China, I mean, they have Google, for example, but Google does not project anything or everything. They first, I mean, the country, I mean, the government review the programs and they decide what the people can watch. It's not that I want to watch, I don't know, if I want, for example, I want to watch, I don't know, I don't know, those, soap operas, yeah, or series, American series. They see, well, this series, you can see this series, not all of them, okay? So there is a restriction. So it is a government which is, um, vertically commanded. They decide, the government decide what you can watch or what you can't. That is positive in one way, right? It's negative in one way because you don't have freedom to watch whatever you want, but also it's positive in the sense that, for example, they can watch pornography, for example. They don't have access to pornography. They don't have access to many things that are negative, right? They decide. They can see a lot of cultural things, but not uh, garbage, right? So the last time that I was in the States, I was teaching in a university in there. That was 5 years ago, and I had Chinese students, and all of them were Chinese, and I talked to them a lot of times, and they were like, they have a very different idea of the things. For example, I talked to them and I said, well, I'm studying here because I want to become a professional. But I asked them, do you want to stay here in the States? No, I want to go back. Why? Because I have my grandpa and my grandma alive, and I have to take care of them. Why I asked them, why you have to? Yes, because it's it's something that it's my obligation. You know, I have to do that because they helped me when I was a child. Now I have to go back and help them until they die, and then I'm going to be free. Then I will decide to go back or not. But now I have to study and I have to go back. So the idea of life is totally different from one the one we have in our country. Yeah, so they have, and they are not well paid in some cases because everybody receives a certain amount of money, so they produce a lot because they have a lot of uh, people that work, but sometimes they are not well paid. The
Yeah.
government
So it-
fixes the
yeah.
salaries for them. So it has positive things and negative things as anything. All right. Um, Next time, I'm going to show you some images, some pictures that I have from my students. They were very nice people, right? They were very nice. And it was very difficult for me to understand their English because their English was so complicated sometimes. The pronunciation was very complicated. But I had to teach them English in the United States. They were improving their English. That was they needed. Okay, so it's kind of interesting that I think that the mentality is different. Our mentality is different from the ones that they have. They are more sacrificed. They have like objectives very clear. Their objectives are very clear. In our case, I don't think we have, young people don't have objectives very clear. Do you agree with me in that case, Kimberly? What do you think about young people in general? Do you have
Well,
your
I,
objectives?
I think it depends on the person, but I think that everybody has goals and objectives in their lives. I mean, probably they just don't go around saying, "Oh, I'm going to do this" or "I'm going to do that," but in the back of their mind, they think about it and they are working towards it.
What what are you, I mean, do you have your objectives clear enough or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Do you think you are different from young people, or do you are like the same in general?
No, I'm the same. It's just that I'm a little bit older, but that's it.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Well, so it's been a kind of, here you have the vocabulary,
Hmm.
literacy rate, for example, naturalistic, migrant, overseas. Okay. And next class, we're going to continue working with vocabulary. This has been a very hard class because this is kind of slow and boring, but what you have to do with this is try to use the vocabulary. The economic vocabulary is kind of difficult to understand and difficult to use. So for that reason, I'm going to try to send you some translations for you. All right, in order for you to use it. Because next class we're going to work with vocabulary related to job or to work. Now here in that part, okay, we have this vocabulary which is related to jobs and to work. Okay, so we're going to work a lot with vocabulary. By the way, remember, Kimberly, that tomorrow we have the test. You can do
Yeah, I was going to
something.
ask you that.
Yeah.
So when would our next class be on Wednesday?
Yeah, because tomorrow, yeah, on
Because we
Wednesday,
also have a
on
test.
Wednesday we are going to have the writing.
Yeah.
Okay. This week we're going to have just the tests. Yeah.
Okay.
Friday you have the grammar or the use of English,
Hmm.
right? So tomorrow at Miss Patty's class you're going to have the reading.
Hmm.
The reading is going to be open from 8 to 9:30. Yeah, for you to answer it. You're going to have two readings, all right? And then you have to answer. You're going to have one and an hour half, one and an hour, one half, 1 hour and a half, sorry, 1 hour and a half to answer the readings, okay? As I said before, you can do it or not. If you don't want to do it now, if you are not prepared, you can do it at the end. But I told some students who have asked me to be careful because it's not good to have all the tests at the end. So if you can do it now, I think it is better to do it. Yeah, because
So we wouldn't have class till next week, or we're
yeah,
just gonna have.
regular
Okay.
classes, you are not going to have regular classes until next week because tomorrow, for
Okay.
example, you're going to be answering the reading.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, you're going to be answering or writing on the writing. And
Yeah.
on Friday, you're going to be The 2 periods are going to be for the use of English test.
Okay. Okay, got it.
So that's the idea. So we're going to have class next Monday.
Next Monday, yeah.
Yeah. So any doubt you can ask me.
No, I don't have any doubts.
Yeah. Okay. So that's all for today. It's almost
Okay,
8 o'clock. So that's it. Thank you very much,
you're
Kimberly.
welcome.
See
Take
you.
care.
Bye bye. Take care.